What happens when the long-awaited Pi Network announcement finally drops, but the price drops even faster? Yep, we're diving into the hype, the heartbreak, and the hidden potential of Pi Network's latest bold move. Picture this. The Pi community was on fire, speculation everywhere, rumors flying like rockets. And then came the announcement. But instead of liftoff, the price nosedived. Was it a letdown? Or is there something deeper going on that the markets just aren't seeing yet? In today's video, we're unpacking exactly what happened after Pi Network's big reveal, why the token took a sudden tumble, and what it all means for the future of your Pi holdings. Before we get into the meat of the story, I want to hear from you. What did you honestly expect from Pi Network's announcement? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't caught up on the latest Pi Network developments, especially all that went down at Consensus 2025, check out my previous videos. Link in the description. Also, real quick, type Pi Network to the moon and drop your country name in the comments. Let's see how global our Pi family really is. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's how you show support and help us keep bringing you the best updates around Pi Network. And of course, you're invited to join our Telegram group and Facebook community. We're building something powerful together. This video is for entertainment purposes only and not financial advice of any kind. Now let's get into it. The Pi Network token took another hit, continuing its downward slide even in the face of what should have been exciting news. As of May 16th, the token hovered around $0.9062, a painful dip from its recent high of $1.62 just weeks prior. The percentage drop, a sharp 44% retreat that has left many traders scratching their heads and wondering what went wrong. But to truly understand the situation, we need to rewind just a bit. It all began with a teaser. On May 8th, the Pi Core team sent ripples through the ecosystem with a message hinting at a major announcement slated for May 14th. And boy, did that teaser set the community on fire. Excitement surged, conversations exploded on social media, and within days the token price skyrocketed by over 200%, climbing to its highest levels since March 2025. The hype was real. The momentum was electric. Everyone, from casual holders to die-hard pioneers, was counting down the days. Then came the reveal. The long-awaited news? A massive $100 million Pi Network venture fund? That's right, a fund designed to support and invest in ecosystem startups that build real-world applications on the Pi blockchain. Sounds great, right? On the surface it is. It signals growth, it invites innovation, and it shows that Pi Network is thinking far beyond just price pumps and exchange listings. They're playing the long game. But here's the twist. Instead of continuing the upward trend, the token price nosedived almost immediately after the announcement. Within hours, Pi dropped more than 50%. The same community that was buzzing with anticipation suddenly fell silent. It was as if someone hit the mute button on the entire ecosystem. So what really happened here? Let's talk psychology for a second. In the world of crypto, there's a saying, buy the rumor, sell the news. It's a pattern we see over and over again. Traders buy in when there's mystery, excitement, and the promise of something big. But once that mystery is gone, once the news drops, many rush to sell, either because they're disappointed or because they've already made their profits. In this case, the Pi Foundation's announcement, while meaningful in terms of development, didn't quite match the explosive expectations that had built up. Traders were dreaming of massive exchange listings, Binance, Coinbase, or maybe even full global adoption moves. Instead, they got a long-term ecosystem fund. Valuable? Yes. Immediate price pump material? Not exactly. And that's where the gap lies, between expectation and execution. A $100 million fund is no small feat. It's a clear sign that Pi Network is serious about building out its ecosystem. Real-world utility has always been the key to long-term success in crypto. Flashy announcements might spike the price, but it's utility that gives a token true staying power. The problem is traders, especially short-term ones, aren't always thinking long-term. They want fireworks now, not infrastructure for the future. But let's not miss the bigger picture. Despite the price fall, there's an important silver lining here. The Pi token appears to be stabilizing. Even after such a dramatic pullback, it's finding support around previous levels. That tells us the market might be absorbing the news, processing the announcement, and coming to terms with what it actually means. And let's be honest, what we're seeing isn't a failure, it's a classic growing pain. When any project shifts from hype-based speculation to actual development and utility, there's bound to be turbulence. Pi Network is no longer in its speculative baby stage. The open mainnet is here, mining is over, the network is evolving. That evolution comes with bumps, but also with big potential. Now let's talk strategy. If you're a long-term believer in Pi Network, this dip isn't necessarily bad news. In fact, it could be an opportunity. While the masses panic and sell, smart money tends to look for solid fundamentals. And guess what? A $100 million ecosystem fund is a fundamental. It means dApps are coming. Real businesses may start building on the Pi blockchain. And once those use cases hit, the utility, and by extension the value, of Pi could take off in ways that announcements alone never could. Are you in Pi for quick profits or long-term impact? The core team is focused on sustainable growth, not hype, by building real utility and attracting developers. Criticism is valid though. Many felt the major announcement was overhyped, and unmet expectations sparked backlash. Clear messaging and transparency are crucial. Short-term, the market may stay volatile. But long-term, it's all about what the $100 million fund actually produces. Will it attract quality projects? Will we see dApps that truly utilize Pi in everyday transactions? Will developers embrace the chain and build apps that real users love? If the answer is yes, then this announcement, underwhelming as it may seem now, could end up being a turning point. Let's not forget, some of the biggest crypto success stories started with moments just like this. Ethereum faced criticism in its early days, so did Solana. But over time it was the projects built on those blockchains that proved their worth. Pi Network might be at the beginning of that same arc. And here's one last thought, this might not be the only big move coming from Pi Network. Often, ecosystem funds like these are just the opening act. Once projects start building, partnerships start forming, and adoption begins to take shape, other announcements could follow. Exchange listings, collaborations, mainstream integrations, it's all still on the table. But for now, patience is the name of the game. The open mainnet is live. Migration is happening. KYC issues are being worked on. And now, with funding in place, the building phase has officially begun. It's not the most glamorous part of the journey, but it's arguably the most important. So take a breath, Pi family. The road ahead might not be straight, but it's definitely forward. So let's wrap it all up. Today we unpacked the big Pi Network announcement, the $100 million ecosystem fund, and why it sent shockwaves through the community, not all of them positive. We broke down why the price dropped, what the reaction says about expectations, and most importantly, what this could mean for the future of Pi and its role in real-world blockchain applications. Now, if you want to keep getting updates like this, share and subscribe to show your support. That's how we keep growing and bringing you the best content about Pi Network and beyond. And here's a question for you. Do you think the Pi Network Venture Fund was a smart move, or do you think the team missed the mark? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you've got any questions or contributions, feel free to speak up. We always read the comments and reply when we can. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next video.